This blue dot's going on the air. Looks like he's going everywhere. With his pet Jenny and his blue dot family. Travis is his tech guy. Put that blue dot in the sky. On his first Naruto run. Looked like this blue dot was having fun. He is not a mouse. Moved from the shop to the house. With Marsha and his clan. This blue dot is the man. Travis is his tech guy. Put that blue dot in the sky. Looked like he was having fun. Looked like this blue dot is gonna run. He likes us every day in his own special way. Are you shitting me? And he loves his blue dot family. We love John, he is the man. And we love this special clan. We are a blue dot family. And we like to
Thank you, T.W. Travis, baby. We appreciate that song every time I hear it. Every time I hear it, I'm a little embarrassed, but I love the song, and we appreciate it so much. I know he's working on something else, too, and we're looking forward to that. Anyway, baby, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. We're almost to Beard Bud Friday, baby, and what a week it has been. It stood up to exactly what we all thought it was going to be like. I want to thank Drizzle, jumping right in there, Drizzle Snizzle. We appreciate it very much. Tamara Harrington, Claudia Garcia's here, Micah Cruz, Kerry Thompson, Dorothy Tyndall, Tammy Ames, Val Wood, and everybody else. Navy Rocks, I like that one. Bill Jones, Peter S., we all appreciate every one of you. Terry Blessing, thank you for calling in. It's time for a family meeting, baby. Let me see, I'm going to cough real quick. Thank you. I was going to clear my throat there. Anyway, before I forgot, I told y'all I got mail the other day, and it was a card and a note from our dear friend, Paulette Hallbeck. And it was a nice card. I love the card she picks out there. This one's got a golden retriever on there. And I love dogs. It just says, Mucho Hairy Muff. Uncle Barry Hairy Muff. Just says, thank you very much, with a rose in his mouth. It's beautiful. And I like what she wrote. She wrote a note, and she says, as your lights shine bright for us all to see, I value your evolution as well as my own. The journey with you has been less lonely and more enjoyable. We are the guardians of liberty and have the courage to stand up for truth in the American way. Like a tree flooded by the water, I shall not be moved. There you go, baby. Paulette Hallbeck. She says I'm an inspiration, but believe me, baby, sometimes I believe the table is turned, and you're indeed an inspiration to me. And we appreciate your love, baby, and the support you send all the time. She's been with us a long time. She's the one I tell you all about, the mystery woman. We don't know who she is. We know who she is, but she's not on Facebook. She's not on YouTube. She's out there, and we're so glad she is. Anyway, I didn't want to forget that. I left it out the other day, And yeah, that's all the mail I got here lately. So anyway, it's been a week, baby, and today continued the same thing. Today we got to see Fiona Hill, who is the top Russian expert in our government, and David Holmes. He's the guy that overheard the phone call between Gordon Sondland and Donnie the dictator. And I enjoyed it. What most of it I saw. What I'm struck by is that Fiona Hill came in and she did away with every talking point the Republicans have had. But what bothered me most is when she made the comment that this is a fictional narrative that has been perpetuated and propagated by the Russian security services themselves. She's talking about the fictional narrative that the Ukraine meddled in the 2016 election. What Donnie's all about. He wants to get Biden. He wants to get the mystical server and the politics of the day all wrapped up in Ukraine. And she is telling them outright it's a crock of shit. Not only is it a crock of shit, it is the line that the Republicans are selling, that Ukraine had something to do with this. It's an embarrassment to our own society that these Republicans are sitting in the House and failing to recognize what is right in front of them. You want to roll that?
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, I just thought it would be neat. These are some of the pieces that I have received from Thomas Morgan here lately. And that guy in the background right there, that's Putin. Thomas sends me his work regularly, and I want to be able to start showing it more. So this is going to be a way that it is. And I'm going to let you all enjoy that while I talk. I think this is going to be a regular little thing because Thomas does a lot of work. I admire his work. And if you really, when you scroll back over this later and pause on those and dig into them, there's a lot of information in those. That's Devin Nunes making an ass out of himself. Anyway, as I was saying, Fiona Hill is telling the committee that the line that they are pushing, the line that the talking points that they're using to try to save Donnie are propagated by the Russian government, by Russian security. It was Russia. By Russian security services themselves. So who are the Republicans helping here? They're not helping our country. Are you shitting me? Every time Jim Jordan gets out there to yak, I just have this tremendous urge to vomit because it is disgusting. All they want now, they're digging back all the way into the freaking dossier, the Stone dossier, Steele dossier, and how that was funded by the Democrats, and it was all a big conspiracy to get Donnie. That's all they got, baby. The Republicans in the House are not paying attention to anything any of these witnesses have said. Not Bill Taylor, not Marie Yovanovitch, not George Kent, not Fiona Hill, not Robert Holmes. They're listening to Donnie. And that's it. I have a bunch of notes here. I'm just not even going to look at them right now because I agree with Adam Schiff today. When Adam Schiff ended today, he gave a little speech, and I can't paraphrase it very much outside of to say that he is challenging his Republican opponents on the other side at his table. They are listening to the same witnesses that we are. They have testified. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows. Mick Mulvaney right now, his lawyers are putting dirt out on Fiona Hill today, saying she's just full of stories. Nobody can trust her. We don't know her at all. Throwing her ass under the bus. Hey, Mick, you want to know how we can find out? Why don't you get your ass in front of the damn committee? Why don't Pompeo come up there? If you are truthful and honest and did everything right, come up there. But they can't do that because they're all a bunch of lying pieces of crap in that government. And that administration, there's nothing left, baby. Everybody jumped the boat that could. You bet your ass there's going to be more. While the Republicans sit in this committee, in this inquiry, and make a spectacle and a joke of it and push Russia's own initiatives with their talking points. It degrades our nation, and that's what pisses me off. That's what gets me mad, baby, is when I see shit like that going on. Do they think we're all suckers? Again, that's Devin Nunes being the sucker there. Evidently, the Republicans think everybody in this country is so gullible, and we're too stupid to follow the breadcrumbs that are left by everybody. Everybody. What was that? George Kent, Deputy Secretary of State, testified POTUS wanted nothing less than President Zelensky to go to the microphone and say, investigations, Biden and Clinton. That was the deal. That's George Kent. That's the Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. But the Secretary of State of our country is too wrapped up in corruption here to be able to come in front of the House to testify. He can't do that. Mick Mulvaney? No, he can't do it. He would have to lie. They all know where this came from. They're going to try to what? Put it on Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani was the only one out there. He was the only one that was involved in this smear campaign against the ambassador, Yovanovitch. It was all just Rudy. No. We're not stupid. We know what's up. We all know what's up. But the Republican Party, led by Jim Jordan, the new cheerleader for I am so stupid, it's ridiculous, come out and parade their shit, get their 5 minutes to ask pertinent questions about the inquiry that's going on right now, and they want to bring up somebody that had something to do with the Steele dossier, how the Russians got the cloud strike or some shit. Conspiracy theories pushed by Russia. I forgot which one of these. I'm not going to look. One of them testified that they had a fear that Trump was going to allow Russia to take the Ukraine. It's not far from that, baby. If the lights had not been shined, we would not know anything except Russia invading en masse over the border and taking it. And then what would we do? What are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? Deterrence, baby. It's always stood there. We've stood by our allies, and now we have a prick of a president who wants to play games with military aid while people are dying on the front line. He wants to play. There is no honor in that house at all. There is no honor in the Department of Justice right now. William Barr, he's disgraced himself. Pompeo has disgraced himself. Rick Perry, all of them. Get all the way back to Pruitt. It's been one scandal, one disgrace after another ever since this man got in. And the Republicans sit over there and whine about, oh, you're just picking up, you hated him. It's because you hated him. No, it's because he's a lying, stinking piece of crap who is trying to benefit off of our country, who puts his own interest ahead of the country, who is nothing but a fake patriot. So Fox News can call him, oh, look at him, he hugs the flag over there. No, he's not. He's humping it. He's screwing it just like he has all his life. A scumbag with money. Doesn't have any great friends except up in his imaginary head. Those that get near him get Trump shit smeared all over him. Gordon Sondland thought he'd pay $1 million and all. He'll forever be known as, hey, I was ambassador one time. Now he's the guy that paid $1 million to be Donnie's little lapdog here. Go out and make this happen. You and Rudy Giuliani and a couple of goons, Lev and Igor. Time after time we've watched good patriotic Americans get up to testify as is their duty, while others push it aside with some stinking excuse of why they can't come, because it would piss off the oh glorious one, the one they lick their ass every day. They won't come forward. They are not patriots. Mick Mulvaney is not a patriot. Pompeo shit on our Constitution. Bill Barr is not worthy to be a clerk in a court, much less the Attorney General. These people have disgraced themselves in our country. It is the American people that cannot let this stand. Our lawmakers are up there fighting like teeth and nails. But they have to have our backing, baby. Yes, we can. That's what my t-shirt says. That's Barack Obama. Yes, we can heal this nation. But it's going to be by our power. It is going to be by the guardians of the liver, Brudots like you. We are the ones that are going to save this. We are the last ones that can. Anyway, the cards are on the table. Facts have been laid out. One party is refusing to acknowledge them. But the talk behind the scene continues to be Republicans that are disgusted with this, trapped in a catch-22 with this moron, like an anchor tied around their neck while they're trying to swim for their lives. Can't do it, baby. You're going to have to drop the anchor. If you expect to swim your way out of it, you got to cut the chain, baby. And that's what these people have to do. As we watch good patriotic Americans step up, tell the truth, it puts a whole lot of pressure on people like John Bolton, who knows a whole lot more because he's already told us, I know about things. Look at me. I'm going to write a book. Screw your book. Come in front of the committee now when your country needs you the most, John. That's what a patriot would do, and you claim to be one all your life. Now is the time to step up, baby. Mike Pence, I don't know what you're going to do. You're just a what? A choir boy in the background to get stabbed and run over by a bus wrapped up in this shit? Can't leave anybody out, baby. They're all willing to disgrace their name, to turn their back on their country, on the Constitution. For what? For Donnie the Dick Tater? For that man? The man that continually makes a fool of our country every day he wakes up? Every day he gets on his little Twitter feed and has a little meltdown? Which he was doing again today? No, he's not governing. He's watching days of our government, days of our republic as we go through the hourglass of time until we're gone. Baby, you need to put a cork in it, baby. We need to turn this around, baby. Anyway, that's my thoughts for this evening. I don't know how y'all feel, but I'm ready. We will have an impeachment. There's no doubt about that. We have the votes in the House. They'll moan and groan, say how unfair it was and how they didn't get a chance to do this, that, or the other. There'll be a vote and it will pass. He will be impeached. And he'll be impeached, they say, by the end of the year. And then it turns to the Senate, baby. And those guys have a lot on the line. So we'll watch who says what and who has courage and who is just a coward. And it's going to be interesting to see that. Anyway, Dennis, how you doing, buddy?
Nope. Hanging in there, John.
Hanging in there, bud. That's all we can do. I want to thank you for coming by. Velda's here. How you doing, Velda?
Yes, I am.
And we got Bernadette in the room.
Hello, sir.
How y'all doing this evening? All our moderators in the house tonight?
Numb.
Pretty telling testimony today. I was inspired really by Fiona Hill.
Mm-hmm.
She just she flat laid it out there, baby. And they tried to intimidate her. I don't think it didn't work very well. She stood her
No.
ground. She insisted to reply to several comments that the Republicans were trying to push, and that was one of them. That Ukraine was involved, and she was there to just outright, the expert in our government. No, they did not. So it's all a crack of shit that they're trying to sell. But it's not enough yet. It's not enough for the Republicans.
Something to fuel this in, I just got a little thing that just popped up here from the Hill that Lindsey Graham requests State Department documents on the Bidens from Ukraine.
Oh, he wants State Department. Hey, guess what? Yeah, the Judiciary Committee, the one that's holding the inquiry right now, they want some documents out of the State Department, too. But they're not getting them. So Lindsey
I bet
Graham...
Lindsey Graham's. I bet he gets them.
Oh, he might. What's he going to do? It's already been debunked.
Yeah, it says here Graham sent a letter to the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo requesting the documents to assist in answering questions regarding allegations that the Vice President Joe Biden played a role in the termination of Prosecutor General Victor Shokin in effort to end the investigation of the company employing his son.
Okay. Who's making the charge? Who said that? Who says that Hunter Biden and Joe Biden were involved in this? To investigate the complaint of, well, who made the complaint? I'll tell you who did. Lindsey Graham.
Don.
Yeah. Donnie, yeah.
No, Donnie made the complaint.
Yeah.
Donnie,
That's true.
Donnie's
It
the one
follows
that
up with
wants
this
that.
whole ball of wax.
Yeah.
And that's the counter, exactly what Fiona Hill testified today. So Lindsey Graham comes out with a request for an investigation into the Bidens right after Fiona Hill tells us that is a false narrative being pushed by the Russians. So
But this is
sounds
the
to me
problem with the Trump administration is that he has all the people that he needed in his government, but he chose not to listen to any of them and run with some wild conspiracy theory that he got via the Russians, via Manafort, via Rudy Giuliani and his thugs.
And now we're looking at what?
This is how he operates.
Now we're looking at Lindsey Graham
impeachment.
is going to extend that argument for the Russians? Because that's what I see.
Because the Republicans cannot defend him nor his actions.
Nope.
His actions.
They have to create
this ain't about
another
Biden.
chaos.
This ain't about Burisma. This ain't about Hunter. This is about Trump and what he did.
Exactly. And they want to make it about everything but.
They want to go all the way back to the 2016 election.
Yes.
2016 election.
They want to go all the way back. All the way back as far as they can. Yes.
They won the election.
And that pisses me off.
They got their choice.
Because they keep insinuating, look, go all the way back to when the Steele dossier and the Mueller report and all this. Yeah, let's go back to the Mueller report. 10 counts of obstruction of justice. Quit telling me the Mueller report didn't find anything. Read it. First freaking paragraph. They both benefited. They both benefited. Russia and Trump.
Marco Rubio, who originally hired Steele.
Right. Yes. And then he passed it off, and the Democrats picked it up.
Yeah.
Hey, S.C. Smith, how you doing, buddy?
But
I'm good, John.
Trump's
How are you?
Good deal.
Trump's the one who has said on national TV that he would take foreign interference or foreign knowledge from anybody, anywhere. He would go anywhere and get that.
You know, he called out China. China should investigate. There's much more there. Let's investigate Ivanka Trump. That's what I want to do. Let's investigate her little ass and how she's tending her shit while she's sitting across from China in trade negotiations, and then she's got a little business going on the side over there with China. Wouldn't that look a little suspicious here?
And something was said today about Joe Biden and being family and being infected anyways.
Yeah.
Hill said any family members should be inspected. When they were
seems like we have a few laying around,
Yep.
It's a sham on that side because, as was testified today, again, by both Hill and Holmes, that any time that the word Burisma came up, it was code for Biden's. It became general knowledge. They didn't know until later. They didn't know at the time, they say. But they discovered later that is exactly what the word Burisma meant. It meant the Bidens. So they want to create a fire, create chaos over the 2016 election in Ukraine, and the Secret Service there. We know it is. All these Ukrainians, they hated Trump because it came out in post. Yes, they were talking smack about Trump before he got elected. Yes, they were. Weren't we all? Wasn't the whole world talking smack about the racist asshole that was fixing to run for election? Yes, there were plenty of op-eds. That's what the GOP is now. Oh well, look, there was op-eds before the Ukrainian. They didn't like Trump. They wanted Hillary. They're never Trumpers. Hell, the whole the countries are now never Trumpers. How deep does their ignorance have to go that they expect people to keep believing this shit? It's getting drastic. What they want you to believe, and what more precisely, what they want you not to believe. And that's the test of our country, baby. That's it. We see it coming up, and it's going to come up real soon. These things
can't believe your own eyes.
Yeah, the own evidence. When an administration starts attacking every American that steps up to testify, and we're talking about ambassadors with 30 years of service plus, we're talking about military personnel, we're talking about honorable people, and it doesn't matter who steps up there. Donnie's got some vile thing to say about it. He's going to try to degrade you, to intimidate you. Is that the Republican way of doing it? You bet your ass it is. You bet your ass, because you've seen it in these hearings. When you see people asking why Lieutenant Colonel Vindman is wearing his uniform. What is it? What kind of question is that shit?
No shit.
Ain't it?
Yeah. It's a very sad question.
It is. I liked Adam Schiff's ending comments today. It really kind of pointed it right at him.
Yeah, he did.
What are you doing?
And I want to give credit to Swalwell.
Yes.
For what he brought out about Nunes.
Yes.
That's we need, the Democratic Party needs more speaking out. Stop. Like kind of holding back. Get dirty. Get dirty if you have to.
Well, that's
they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
I've said that for a long time, buddy.
I'm
ready to kick some ass. I want to shove it up their butt like they did to us.
I'm right there with you. I'm a longtime fan of Bill Maher. I've been watching Bill Maher for as long as I can remember, and I always agree with what he says when he talks about that. I mean, it's they got to start.
He's a smart guy.
Oh yeah, he is. He is.
Almost everybody thinks that.
He has his controversy here and there, but
he generally, as a rule, especially his ending comment, his commentary, is spot on.
New rules. Yes, I love it
because he addresses big issues, and he's been booted out of for saying what he thinks, for saying the things that, and mind you, the things that he says were not that controversial. They were
true.
They were only controversial for the time we were in, and they turned on him. And I was glad to see that he did not give up. And there's very little I guess I don't agree with Bill about. I think he's a pretty smart man. I never miss him.
I'm right. I'm right there with him. I never miss him either.
Yeah.
I strongly agree with a lot of the things he says, and I enjoy his show. I've been, like I said, I've been watching him for years.
Bill's big thing is he thinks that we're going to have a problem when Donnie loses, or for any reason, whether he's impeached by the Senate, convicted in the Senate and tried to be removed, or during an election. Is he going to leave?
Is he going to leave?
Think about that.
Exactly.
a lot of conversation, and with his attitude and his history, he's going to swear up and down it was rigged. It's a coup.
Oh yeah, I mean, Bill Maher lists his 10 things that show to be a dictator. And Trump. And I mean, like
checks
I said,
off every one of them.
I worry about that. Is this man gonna leave?
Yeah.
I mean, and is his cronies gonna stand by and enable him to stay there? And that's just if we have to do another 4 years of Trump.
Oh, I can't do that. Buddy.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I can't control that. All I can do is go vote. That's the best I can control.
Well,
go vote.
That's
speak
our
my
power,
mind.
Baby. That's our power, because we are the ones that have to make sure that doesn't happen.
But I hate to see what the shit show will be if that time comes and he doesn't want to leave. God Almighty, it's gonna be a mess.
Well, that will really come down to: are we a nation of laws?
Yep.
Or are we a monarchy? Are we a subject to a authoritarian dictator? We've always relied that a smooth transition of power from one president to another has always happened, and has always the outgoing president always wished the incoming president well.
Yep.
This one,
that's not his ass.
No, not Donnie. Donnie, every other word out of his mouth half the time is Obama. I'm better than Obama this, or Obama did that. He's a terrible guy. That's his whole monologue. Rest on Obama. That's how he got elected in my book. That his birtherism.
Oh yeah.
That whole spillover from Tea Party and the racist bullshit that we survived during the Obama years. That is what brought us Trump. Those people that were holding racist signs out there.
Yeah. I have no doubt that one of the reasons why he was elected was like there's a lot of people that we just want another white man up in that house.
Yep. That was the biggest motivating factor for a large majority. A pretty good majority of them. They won't admit
born and raised in the South. I know all about.
Oh, it's nasty.
It's
racism
nasty.
is all around. I did mine in Louisiana, same way.
It's in my family. It's been in my family, but I don't hang around a lot of people in my family. There's a short few people that in my direct family that I have any association with, and they're not like that. And there's a reason why they're like that.
What happened?
We lost him.
He jumped right off on us mid-sentence. But he's right. I have him in my family. And you bet, growing up in Louisiana, seen lots of it, baby. Lots of it. Racism. It spawned around there. Ninth Ward was known for its clan association and cross burnings and shit. It's nasty. But each individual in a family, or within yourself, in your heart, baby, that's something that you deal with. Can you live like that? Can you be a racist asshole? I can't. I'd like to think that man has evolved to a point that we understand that color has nothing to do with anything. Neither does gender. The only way that comes in is if you want to have a family, and we're working on that shit. Hey.
I lost you there for a minute, John.
Yes, sir. You dumped out on us. Well, don't worry about it, buddy. We all talk bad about you, and now that you're back, we'll quit.
That's the first time that's ever happened. But anyway, so it's like I said, I know all about it. And it's not, it's something I've learned to grow up and be a better person. So.
That's it, right there. When you know better, you do better.
Yep. Exactly.
And we do. We know better.
We try to.
How you doing, TW? I've seen you sneak in the room, bub.
I snuck in the room, I guess.
You sure
they let me in.
We tried to keep the door closed, but there you was. You snuck right in.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching those this morning and was very happy with Fiona Hill's testimony today.
Yes.
Except I think that Jim Jordan is Foghorn Leghorn in disguise.
Oh, Jim Jordan, God, that.
Yeah.
God, my God. It was like every time he'd start a thing, I was like, I'm like, we'll get to it. You've been saying, it's like, geez.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these Republicans, I just have to, when they start talking, I just turn the channel. You know, that 5 minutes.
Oh, I don't turn the channel. I just mute it.
But that works too. But I just, you know, I usually go back and I can see anything that happened on Twitter or Facebook. You know, Twitter mainly.
Right.
You know, so I can go back and see. You know, there were, you know, just God. You know, it's just got to the point where I just for that moment I cannot stand to listen to them open their damn mouth. Yeah. It's got to mute, and turn the channel, whatever works for you.
Not me. I got to sit there and watch all that shit. I mean, I'm just engrossed to it because as I watch, the Democrats are asking specific questions about incidents, knowledge, stuff like this, facts, their knowledge, what they knew about everything, so we can put it all together. And then as soon as a Republican comes on, well, there we go, right into the Steele dossier or the Bidens or, you know, Burisma or, you know, the Ukrainians. How do you know it wasn't the Ukrainians? Because our intelligence agency said so, morons. So it's not about the facts with them.
Like Essie bring up the point that the what was it? The one guy made about Nunes. I was glad that he picked that up. Yeah, Swalwell, because that was great. That was awesome. But then I was like, when you hear Nunes' closing comment, I'm still trying to figure out. He must have some kind of little feed in something because he wants this treaty to get signed from
the
Mexico and Canada.
The USMCA.
Yeah, what? He must have something in there because it always comes up every flipping time.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, and those two Ukrainians, you know, those they were even involved with my governor DeSantis. You know, there's been, you know, they were sitting behind him at their inauguration here in Tallahassee. Them two fuckers were here.
Is that Lev Parnas and Igor Furman?
Yeah. I've always have trouble remembering their name when I'm trying to talk.
Lev and Igor.
And I know I it's just oh god.
It's almost comical.
And you know, it makes you think. Okay. So my governor, he's got his little fingers in something, you know, and it just pisses me off because I sat and watched him and Andrew Gillum go through their debates. And he talked about how Gillum was corrupt. And yeah, Gillum had some FBI looking into him, but it's come up to be nothing. Nothing at all. No. Nothing. And this man sit there and talked about him being corrupt. Blah, blah, blah. And then you look, he was tied up. And we haven't really heard anything from DeSantis that I know of since, you know, his little thing was shown that they were there. Yeah. You know, he's been kind of quiet.
Just to remind everybody, DeSantis is the one that was running what's his opponent? The one that lost.
Gillum.
Andrew
Gillum.
On the stage, Andrew Gillum told him, I didn't say that you're racist. I said the racist think you're racist.
You're racist.
You know,
exactly.
So I'll always remember that line. And he called it out. I was really disappointed that DeSantis won. Because there were people standing in the street with racist signs around the state.
Oh God! You know,
like a sandwich board.
You know, I thought maybe Gillum had a chance. I really did.
I did.
I really.
Well, I
did.
And Stacey Abrams in Georgia.
Mayor. He was my mayor.
Yeah.
You know.
And you could see the work that he had done.
To talk with Andrew Gillum. You know, we have a thing every Saturday morning here downtown Market, where pretty much, you know, people come out and shop, you know, and stuff. And him and his wife and kids were there all the time. And, you know, friendly hellos. He talked to you. You know, he was decent. You know, I had issues. You know, for a time I had to ride the bus. And I had some issues with the buses around town. Well, sure. You know, and so nothing
runs perfect in any place. You know, it's how you deal with it and how much improvement you try to make in it. You know.
Yeah, well, you know what the deal was they were trying to reroute the buses in town,
right.
And so they got a firm from Chicago to kind of tell them how they should do it, instead of listening to the people that have been driving the damn buses, you know, in actual citizens, you know, in town getting their opinion, and they went with this firm from Chicago, and for a while there, the bus system just got crappy, right. And the exact same thing kind of happened with our school board, with our school buses here this past beginning school year. They kind of did the same thing, and a lot of kids got left at school.
See, it comes right down to the basic, to your own backyard politics, how it runs.
Yeah, the first day of school, these kids were like left stranded at school waiting for the bus, and then like it was like that for a couple weeks until they got it kind of worked out. But yeah, it's just, you know, figure out what's going on in your hometown. You know, don't go outside to like other, you know, we're not Chicago. We don't need a big city
there's a
telling us
difference
how to
between
run our...
Chicago and where you're at. Same way with me. I live in a different world down there than a lot of people. So paying attention to your local politics is the first place it starts for your involvement, to be informed with what's going on in the world and how it how it impacts your neighborhood. Know about the bus situation or the trash situation or whatever else. Oh, I see that. Hey, Keith. Keith must be away from his microphone. He's our agent up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm sure it's cold up there. But
hey, Blue Dots, how is everybody?
We're doing fine,
it's
been
an
Keith.
Interesting day. Yep, interesting day.
Yeah.
Donnie and his boys got their butts slapped today.
Yes, they did. Again. Can we throw that again in there? Got their ass beat again.
Slapped. And Jim Jones needs a little duct tape because he had nothing to say at the end.
The man is just
Jordan.
Yeah,
Jordan.
Jim Jordan. He's what do you want? What do you say? You know, he's an idiot. He's the monkey on a string, the organ grinder guy. He's just putting on a dance for one person. That's it. As he stands there and acts like he's so outraged.
They tried to ask him questions about his, stuff going on, and he just, thank you, goodbye.
Yeah.
Even some of his Republican colleagues walked out of the room.
I'm telling you, this is all because we don't see a whole lot of Republican congressmen coming out of this meeting. It's Jim Jordan, Miss Stefanik, I think her name is Elsie Stefanik. And Stefanik, and that other guy. Damn it. Anyway, that other guy. Those are the three.
The doctor.
Right. I can't remember his name right now. Y'all know he's a bit taller. A bit taller guy.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Those are the three stooges of the Republican response every day. You don't see everybody else out there. You don't see a whole lot of other Republican congressmen, even the ones that are showing up on TV, even to argue the point, paint themselves into a corner. I don't know who that Republican pundit on CNN is, that bald-headed guy that comes out all the time and argues up and down that the president has done anything wrong. He ain't done anything wrong. None of this is impeachable. There's no crimes here. And the whole time being flooded by the other people on the show about the facts in the case. It doesn't matter about the facts with these people. They're not here for the facts. What did Lindsey Graham say? My mind is made up. Yeah.
They're the show ponies.
Yes.
For Donnie.
For Donnie. That's all they are. And at some point, as we get closer to the election time, because remember, it's not just the president. It's senators on the
their
line.
butts too.
Yes. It's their ass. Are you going to give a commercial to your opponent of how cowardly you approach this whole thing? You tossed aside patriots that came forward with information and cast them aside when it's obvious to all who see that the emperor has no clothes, that that we can see everything. We all know what's going on. Everybody is in the loop. Everybody, you, me, all of us, we're all in the loop. We all know. But now we're going to be faced with what are the Republicans going to do with the knowledge that we all have. And those senators are on the line, baby. So that's how come we have to not only push this impeachment, we have to push these senators to defend this shit. Give talking points. Give a soundbite to the Democrat who's going to run against them. Get them to try to force them to answer those questions.
I seen Trump had lunch with a few of the Republican.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that.
Susan Collins and
Grassley
and
a few others. I can't remember right offhand.
The guy out in Utah.
It will be just.
I know that feeling, baby. If you don't answer in a little bit, we're going to call ambulance on your butt, though. You all right? Nope. Well, that ain't, yeah. Don't go nowhere, girl.
Okay, girlfriend?
You come back, or we're all going to be scared to shit here. Anyway,
Yeah, all right.
that
doesn't sound good.
No. Sometimes you get in a coughing fit, and it just won't. Travis can test. I get that stuff all the time. More times than I care to.
If Obama had done any of this kind of shit, he would have been impeached, paled, tarred, and feathered.
Yes.
But this Donnie is walking away scot-free, and he's got how many other scandals under his ass?
Oh, we ain't even got into the Southern District of New York.
God almighty. Yeah.
New York's gonna barbecue him and put the apple in his mouth.
That's one reason why he ain't gonna want to go nowhere.
Well, that just actually popped in here from the Hill. Manhattan DA asked Supreme Court to let them enforce subpoena for Trump's tax returns.
There you go. I was just fixing it. That really kept up. I was fixing to say, and just within a few days, the Supreme Court is going to have to rule on the tax situation.
Yeah, baby.
And as I say, if they allow Trump to hide his taxes, that is going to tell me as an American citizen that we have a corrupt court.
Yep. Well, they had like 10. Would they have like 10 days to do it?
They had agreed to 10 days. The Democrats in the House, because it's the House Oversight Committee, which has the authority to look at them, because it says in the law that they shall be turned over, not maybe, shall. So that's what
shall.
So that's what they've been fighting on. Every court, all the way up the line, has ruled in the Congress's favor. So this is a test. Do we have a co-equal branch of government, or do we have a monarchy type situation here? Do we have the power of the president overrule the Congress? And that doesn't happen, baby. The president can overrule or veto any bill that Congress, the Senate, send to him. That is true. If he doesn't like it, if he doesn't like the damn color of the paper it's written on, in other words, he doesn't have to have an excuse. He can veto it himself. That's the power of the president. Unfortunately, even that power is checked by Congress, because then they can turn around, and if they have an overwhelming majority in the Senate, then they override the president. So who has ultimate power? It is, that is the argument going on right now. But there shouldn't be any ultimate power, because it is a co-equal branch. They have the same powers. And Donnie is trying to proclaim that he has much more power than Congress. And that's just not true. It's in our basic system, a co-equal branch of government. So.
But in Putin's teachings, this is where Donnie is going.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's what bothered me today, is the Republican talking points, is that their talking points, their whole, facade of Ukraine meddling in the election, is a propaganda thing being pushed by the Russian security forces, by the people that hack all the crap. They're the ones pushing that narrative, and now we have our own Congress, our own Republican Congress, our president, our vice president, our Secretary of State, and our Attorney General, apparently all singing the same Russian tune.
Yep.
And as Nancy said,
it's scary.
All roads lead to Russia.
Roads lead to Russia.
The bad thing about it is, back in the day, when you heard this going on anytime, they would always say, that's treason. That's treason.
This would be. If it, as you said, if it was Obama, it would be treason.
Yeah.
They would be screaming.
I'm sorry. I think it's treason. I know I've talked to friends that are even Republicans, and they say what the man's doing is treason.
Yeah. It was treason when he was over there with Putin. Where what was it, Glasgow at the meeting, where they had the little secret 2-hour conversation, and then Donnie gets rid of the transcripts. That right there, to me, that was some shady shit. I mean,
how about meeting with the ambassadors from Russia in Trump's hotel?
Just in the Oval Office. I mean, that's. I mean, you don't have to.
He brought Russian spies into the Oval Office. There has been no president in our history that has invited Russian ambassadors and other dignitaries into the Oval Office. It was never done.
On top of that.
But we have to remember, even the GOP softened their platform during the elections in the campaign season. They softened their platform on their stand against Russia. They softened everything up. Because Donnie's singing the song, "Can't we all get along here?" Putin's a nice guy over there. He's big and strong, rides naked on a horse, I heard. I want to go see that. That's what Donnie wants to go see.
Hello, everybody.
Well, hello, Belda. Thank you for coming back alive. We appreciate it.
I was damn near brought down by a little kernel of corn.
Oh, shit, Daryl. Wrong pipe.
Man, yeah, I did.
Oh, Lord.
And I thought that little son of a bitch was never going to come back.
Oh, my God.
Don't let me die on a piece of corn.
With a beer.
I was getting ready to throw the water bottle at Wayne to get some help.
Oh, Lord. I'm telling you. Don't. What happened to her? Choked on a piece of corn. Really?
Yeah, I was choking.
Oh, shit. Well, we're all glad you're back and healthy. That scared us.
I am too.
We was worried. You went off the air and it was like, if she don't come back. Oh, Lord.
911.
Yeah, 911. We don't even know where you're at.
We'll
just tell her, I don't know.
We don't want any more of our Blue Dot mods or Blue Dot family in the hospital.
No. How is Jen? Has anybody heard from Jen? Velda, you heard from Jen?
No, other than I seen her on, but she didn't say anything.
I think she was going to have a procedure today, wasn't she, or something?
Yeah.
That was next week, I thought.
Oh, I thought they were doing that today.
You talking about Jen?
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah.
I thought it was today. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was today too.
Lone Wolf and somebody else was talking about it earlier before we got in.
Yeah. Lone Wolf would probably know.
And Lone Wolf has got a very sore side of his head.
Yeah, he's got stitches in his head. Boy, howdy shit. Bar fight, I understand. Yeah. Guy, it was a bar fight. It was a bar fight.
Wolfman.
Broke bottles, Yeah, it was vicious. You ain't seen the video? Holy shit! There was 4 of them. Lone Wolf kicked every one of their ass. Of course, he did get them stitches upside his head. But man,
find that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, bud. I think it's gone viral.
Wolfman took him out.
Tell him, Lone Wolf. Ain't it true?
Somebody's telling y'all a bag of bullshit.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's what Dennis Valadez told me. That was exactly word for word what Dennis told me. So
he had
take it up with him. You doing all right, Lone Wolf?
Yeah, they gave me 10 stitches in the left side of my head.
Oh, Lord.
Nothing fell out, thank God.
Yeah. All the marbles stayed in place, right?
At least on that side.
Well, we are glad they did, buddy. We are glad they did.
They're going to go back after me next week.
Have you heard from Jen today?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, we're being a little concerned about her. I think she was supposed to have a procedure done today.
Yeah, she's supposed to have a heart shock. Same thing they did to me last year.
Damn, man. And things I'm not looking forward to. That shit. That's scary stuff, bub. I mean, to tell you.
That doesn't necessarily say it's going to happen to you.
No, but they've already put me on the death machine. That's that treadmill. They hook you up with all things, stress test.
Yeah.
Run till you die.
I've done that.
Yeah.
That's
But
I did that.
They gave me a choice on mine. They gave me a choice. I could do it chemically or physically. Well,
chemically was better.
That's what they all said. Chemically is better. They just give you a shot and your heart rate shoots right up. And I like to think.
And they've got medicine to bring it right back.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. What do you mean? This medicine isn't working. It's off the charts.
More drugs. More drugs.
That's frozen.
You won't know the difference anyway.
Yeah, but I decided to do the treadmill because I'm old school. I think, well, I know the cause and effect here. I'm running, and the cause is, well, I can't hardly freaking breathe, and you're trying to kill me. That thing.
And your left shoulder hurting like
Yeah,
hell.
yeah. And I passed, as well as you could, So, because I have, because I have a weak valve in my heart. I know that. I knew it ever since I was, let me see, probably about 17 years old or so, when I had a heart murmur, and it's just a little flutter in there that the valve doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. But
military took you, though, didn't they?
Huh?
I said the military took you anyway.
That's right. That's right. I was good for Uncle Sam, so good to
right.
go, baby.
I'm good enough.
I dare it to quit.
Sticker.
Yeah, so
You got to sit on a boat.
It did one time though. It did scare the shit out of me. I was sitting at the dinner table. I had just come up the stairs, all the way from down on the ground, up the stairs into the house because I felt a little woozy. Just didn't feel right. Sat down at the table, and the next thing I know, I'm on the floor. I'm waking up on the floor, and everybody in the house is running around screaming. So I screamed too. What the hell? What are y'all doing? And they were trying to. They got me to the hospital and shipped me to another hospital and all that crap. It's enough to scare the shit out of you. That's how come I always say, stay the hell away from doctors and hospitals. They always want to do shit to you. I always got something. I got a plan. And you're the subject, baby. But at a certain point, you do what you got to do. Like me, I'm facing a shoulder surgery. I don't want to do this shit. But last night, was terrible. I woke up very early this morning with a shoulder that's just killing me from laying on it. Or it doesn't matter. Lay on it, lay on the other. It doesn't matter. There's not a comfortable position my shoulder can go in. So
reach out with a Mead.
Yeah. Reach out with what?
With a Mead drink.
Oh, a little heat drink. Well, you know what I've been doing? David Robertson. Oh, the Mead. That Mead works, buddy. That Mead is strong. I am not lying. Look up Anthony Smith, a.k.a. Maestro, and ask him how potent that shit is. That stuff is potent.
I watched him drink it.
Yeah, man, it was delicious. That's what got me. Not that I'm surprised if somebody makes something that is delicious. That was connoisseur type, and I don't have a refined palate, but I know what tastes good, and I know Maestro's palate is very much more refined than mine, and he was enjoying it. So, shit, that stuff was great. He needs to go into production. Yes, it was. It was. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with Mead, so that was only the second time, and this batch was a whole lot better than the first batch, and the first batch was good. This was excellent. That's the way we went from good to excellent. This is fantastic stuff, and especially the Viking blood. Boy, had a shit. That was just so smooth, and it looked appropriate too.
That stuff sure looks good.
I want to say hello to Candy 2. Raven Hawks is here. B. Pre's here. David Chamberlain. Ian McGrath's out there. Martha Oliveira. I already said Rick Scott. Bill Jones. And I just want to say hi, Teresa. We're glad you're all out there. Anyway.
Hello, Dots.
Hello, Dots. We have a big-ass family, I'm telling you. I'm just waiting. We can see this. It's coming. Excuse me. One way or the other, this beard is going to be cut in not that, a year more. Or are y'all going to force me into the day that we get the new inauguration? When we have a new president.
Whatever day that is, I need to coordinate with you so I can cut mine at the same time.
Are you going to cut yours at the same time?
We
can coordinate that. We can.
Why not? We can be together when it's done.
Yeah. Well, actually, what I'm trying to find a facility, a barbershop, with somebody who knows how to handle a razor. That's the tricky part.
You want a straight razor? I don't care. Just let them flip it off me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Well, I want to be able to. it'll be a big thing because then I'll go back to looking, and I'm not lying here. I'm not lying. A young Tom Cruise without the beard. Cut the beard off, buddy. And you put young Tom Cruise right next to me. You won't be able to tell the difference. I swear. It's true.
John, you'll be older and wiser.
No, I won't. I'll be just as pretty.
Putting out niggas rich.
No, baby, I'm almost. It's going to almost be a heartbreak to shave it off because I've grown accustomed to it. Now I tug on it all day long and play with it, fiddle with it, and it does hide half of my ugly. So, it works good. So, but yeah.
Does Mama like it?
Mama don't like it, and that's the biggest thing. There you go. What? She has veto power. So, and she's over
yeah,
there.
but I like beards.
I never thought I would have a beard this long. Now, mind you, I always
Wayne's
had a
got
beard.
one.
Does he? A long one?
It's about 3 inches right now. He trimmed it.
I think it's becoming a fad. I think not from me, from I don't know, lumberjack, paper towel commercials or whatever. It's more chic nowadays. Take my word for it. It's the truth. I saw it in on the news. That's what. No, it was the Bible. I saw it right there.
It gives you a distinguished look.
There you go.
My Wayne's been wearing a beard for, oh my God, ever since I've known him.
Is that right?
On and off.
Well,
yeah.
Now I tell everybody, this does not include the mustache. The mustache has been there all my life. It ain't going nowhere. My upper lip, there's a mile between my nose and my lips, so no.
Yeah.
We ain't taking the
Same
doormat
with
out.
Wayne.
That's it. I don't.
Yep.
And the few times I've shaved it off, I look at myself, and that's exactly what. Look at the distance between my nose and my lip. Jesus, you could land a small plane right there.
Yep.
But,
Wayne one time took and shaved his mustache off so it looked like a little Hitler mustache.
Right.
I told him to go back in the bathroom and finish cleaning that dirt off his fucking face.
That's it. Well,
if you're gonna grow a mustache, grow a mustache. Don't grow dirt patches.
Before it became a thing, I was going to do it in stages. First, I was going to shave the cheeks and just leave the goatee. So I got a nice long goatee. And then I thought, after that, I would just shave from right on the chin and leave it like a very long mustache. You know what I'm saying?
Fu Manchu.
Yeah, like a Fu Manchu. Just hanging right down.
Yeah.
And then play with that for a little while before I cut it off. Mama wants it all gone back. But even then, like I said, I would have a what they call it's not a stubble beard, but maybe about a quarter-inch, half-inch long beard on my chin.
Well, mine gets long enough it interferes with the chin strap to my helmet. It's
I
time
bet
to
it
cut
does.
that shit off.
This stuff, I swear, Mom has to put it in a thing at night and curl it up and put it together in a knot, because if not, it's all up in my face. I'm spitting it out of my mouth in the middle of the night, stuff like that. It's not pretty. And when I go to look at myself when I get out of bed in the morning, and I think, oh God, she must love me. She's still with me. So it don't look pretty.
Who hit me in the face with a
shit,
rag?
What happened? I seen the picture of me in the hallway when I walked down here to the bathroom. I looked pretty. What happened to that guy? But
they're probably walking by. How's that little old man with the long beard looks like? This
that's the other thing.
What is it? This isn't the what is it? What was that guy that slept all the time?
Rip Van Winkle.
Rip Van Winkle. Yeah, there you go.
Van Winkle. Yeah, I didn't become Rip Van Winkle for this.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Have Mama take care of you. Your beard looks good in the morning. With you taking care of your beard, it's like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah. I look in there and go, oh shit. Yeah, because Mama trimmed the side up, because I do have scraggly hairs that go out that way, and I don't want to look ugly all the time. So she does trim a few wild hairs that gets out there, and she kindly trims my eyebrows, which for some reason seem like goddamn hedges nowadays. Every time I turn around, damn, why ain't I growing that on my head? Oh well, we all get old. That's what makes us wiser, baby. We're still here. We outlived a whole lot of other people that didn't make it, so we should be thankful.
Can I use that excuse? Will that work?
Nah, but it sounds good. It sounds good. Well, I beat all of those
but
guys.
I can't prove it.
Yeah, yeah.
So one thing we can say, we've outlived our childhood stupid.
Well, I'm working on it.
I'm rediscovering mine.
There you go.
I was saying the other day, I said, I don't know what's longer, the ear hair or my hair on top of my
No
head.
shit, no shit. That's how it come we're not attracting a young audience, is because I'm just old, pitiful looking.
I tell you, I found out a secret. It don't matter how ugly you are. If you flirt, you'll flirt.
Yeah.
And sometimes they flirt.
Well, you know, at a
You're
certain
kinda like
point, we go from ooh to, oh, isn't that cute? That old man thought I was cute. Yeah. Hey, darling, how you doing? Oh, look at there, the old man. He's a pervert. Get out of here. Yeah, they'll call the law on my ass. I worked for the government all my life. I've been through lots of that kind of training. How to act appropriately in mixed situations and stuff. Which is easy to do. All you have to do is be a common, decent person and you'll fly through it. That's the only requirement. But not everybody in our country is like that. I'm looking at one right now. It says GOP strategizes for potential impeachment trial. And there's a picture of Lindsey Graham. Wonderful. I'm outraged. Somebody give me my fan. It's, I don't know. We're going to see what happens. But the evidence that we have right now going forward, I don't think can be denied. You would really have to really bend over backwards to not see what's going on. You know, see the whole big picture.
Give the Republican.
What's that?
You might as well give the Republican panel blindfolds because that's what the way they think right now.
Yeah, blind justice. And, you know, like Lindsey Graham said, don't tell me the facts. He's made up his mind. This is a sham. You know, it's their outrage that bothers me. Are you shitting me? We all can see what happened.
Lindsey.
Yeah. Lawmakers
Their outrage is an empty word.
Yeah, it is. They're fake outrage.
Reality has teeth.
Yes, Bernadette.
I was going to say the Republicans are like the three monkeys: hear no, see no, speak no evil.
That's them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's the black guy.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's the black guy, everybody's going to be pointing. Yeah. That's how. You know. That's what I was saying a minute ago.
In SC.
What's that?
Bring back SC.
Oh, did he leave again?
Yeah.
Yeah, he bounced.
Yeah, Travis is gone. I gotta go across the room to get the mouse. Hold on, everybody.
Okay.
Even that sounded like it hurt.
Yep.
You do bang his knee on something?
He just moved, and that was it.
That arm.
Congrats for wearing pants there tonight, John.
Got it. Oh.
This stuff can wait until I come back, you know.
Oh, well.
I
was getting up to go do it, Travis comes back in the room.
We're live. We can, you know, it can wait.
I thought we were just in the living room talking.
What's the shirt say?
What does the what say?
Your shirt.
Oh, my shirt says, it's a picture of Obama, and it says, yes, we can heal this nation. And, yeah, I believe that. It's an inspirational shirt. I have a lot of them that says, screw Donnie.
After we take out the trash, we can heal.
Yes, after we kick out the trash. The Blue Dot Political Hazardous Waste Removal System will get right after it and remove their stinking asses out of our house. And it is, baby. That's the point I was trying to make earlier, is the fact that the House is different than the Senate. And all this outrageous behavior that we're seeing in the House, that this is just a sham, a Democratic attempt to overturn an election of our dear leader, all that kind of bullshit, kind of goes out the window when it goes into the Senate, because articles of impeachment have been voted on and have approved. I don't care what the whiners at the bottom say. These are now articles of impeachment. The Senate has to take them up responsibly, or they look like they are a partisan hack job, protecting a criminal president, or as he was recently called by Nancy Pelosi.
They want to just go to trial now.
Yeah.
But it's going to come down to is their job or his. They're going to have to pick one.
Yeah.
You can't keep both.
You know, there's an election coming. That's what they have to remember. And a lot of them are on the line. You know, we already have a bunch of, there's already, 16 Republicans that have left, not going to come back. They're not going to run again. All those districts are now thrown into a test. We have senators across the country that are in purple areas that, as time continues to go by, are going to be more and more blue because the obvious is going to be shown. The crimes are going to be they're going to be laid out in an article of impeachment. This is what he did. These are the facts. Dispute that. Don't talk about Clinton, the 2016 election. Don't talk about Burisma, the Bidens. These are not in the articles of impeachment. The argument has been done. The investigation is done. It is sort of like a court. You have a trial, and a person is found guilty. Okay? There's the trial. The trial's over. The articles of impeachment are the trial, sort of, in the House.
Yep.
Now we're going for sentencing. That is going to be carried by the Senate. So the Senate will conduct another trial, a more refined and more precise, more focused trial, because it will
we
not.
Hope.
Yeah, we hope.
Yeah, how can you polish a bucket full of bullshit?
Yeah, it's hard to do that, and that's what these Republicans exactly. That's a bell. Shine up a bucket of bullshit. How do you do that? Well, I don't know, but they're going to try real hard to. I guarantee you, because that's the Republicans' job right now. Is call back Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She was the best shit shiner they had every day. She'd get up there and shine that turd as quick, but yeah, she'd lie about everything, make it all look like new smooth stuff. She was just getting it all over her, and that's she ended up.
And Kelly Conway.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm back.
There are going to be so many books written by so many people after this shit.
You're back?
Yeah.
You jumped out on us again.
You know, I don't.
Well, I don't know what happened. I couldn't hear y'all no more, but I went through all. I was just troubleshooting, and I finally unplugged my headphones and plugged them back in, and there you are.
Well, there you go. Just remember that. No matter where you go, there you are. There you are.
Yeah, I don't know why it did that, but as soon as I unplugged the headphones, I could hear y'all, and then I was like, oh, and so I plugged them back in, so now I can hear you.
Just a fun fact here: the RNC apparently bought nearly $100,000 worth of copies of Trump Jr.'s new book for donors.
Oh yeah.
Who did?
The RNC.
Republican National. Oh, they got to make it look like, ooh, he's a bestseller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I can't wait. Like I said, the George Conway. I hope he comes out with a book. I had to live with a terror.
Yeah. I had to live with the Wicked Witch of the West.
A bonfire.
Yeah. Talk about a book burning. Yeah, it's going to be like Art of the Deal. So he didn't write shit. Somebody put a bunch of words together that sound good for him, and he just said, "Yeah, okay, that's good. That makes me look good."
Tony Schwartz.
Yep. It's that kind of deal. If you think he sat down and wrote a book, you're a Trump voter. What can I say?
I tell you what, that Tony Schwartz, that guy knows a lot about Trump, and he will tell you he really regrets every moment and what he did to write that book.
Yep.
The
Art of the Deal, Donnie's own book. He didn't write the damn book. He edited it.
Don's in trouble. They said right now. They said our own president's in trouble for the Hatch Act.
Yes, he's out there hawking Don Jr.'s book. But that doesn't, Kellyanne Conjob has violated the Hatch Act so many times, it's ridiculous. The Hatch Act is potatoes, nothing, small potatoes. If they're willing to destroy the Constitution, what's the Hatch Act? if they're willing to perform extortion and bribery on a foreign country to try to extort a foreign country to make up some bullshit that has already been proven to be a Russian hoax, a Russian distraction put out there, and our own government is pushing that shit now. So it's
I tell you, Kellyanne Conway. For the longest time I wondered, was Ted Cruz's wife making him sleep on a cot in the garage? But I just wonder, how's that Kellyanne Conway and George Conway thing? How's that work out?
I wonder.
Because it's amazing to me.
I don't understand the dynamic that could.
I just have to wonder, how does that work out? Okay, you got a guy that hates Trump and totally, just bashes him and corrects him, and then he lives with Kellyanne Conway.
To come up with an old movie, and it was this couple, and they lived in each bedroom, in different bedrooms, and when they go to the bedroom, bitch, bastard.
So I guess sometimes that makes it all work out.
And they'd go live in their own. I can't remember what the movie was. I think it was something with Bette Midler.
War of the Roses. War of the Roses.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. I think Michael Douglas was in that. Was that Michael Douglas? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though.
What's that?
Kellyanne. There's some really good actresses out there, and she's getting a really good paycheck.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. There's money to be made.
Just wait until her and her husband collaborate on a book together.
And they're gonna.
That'll be worth to see.
His and hers. My side against our nightly discussion. You almost have to wonder if it's planned. Because again, reminded that Kellyanne Conjob was working for Ted Cruz. And spouted out all sorts of hateful shit about that disgusting man, Trump, when she was working for Cruz. And Cruz himself, of course, stood up to him and all that challenge. How dare you call my wife ugly and all this other bullshit. And then when Donnie won, Ted Cruz did exactly what he's always done. Rolled over and kissed his ass. Took his integrity, shoved it up his own butt, and walked away smiling.
That's one thing that pisses me off is watch how they do that shit. God, that makes me so mad.
You're not giving him too much credit. Never integrity.
Look at me, Rick Perry. He's my old governor. Made of his ass out of you. Can't remember number 3. Can't remember the 3 things that he just made a big speech about. That guy, and then gets energy, Department of Energy secretary, and he did not know. He thought the energy was more about oil and gas. That's what it's about. The Secretary of Energy. He usually promotes oil and gas industry. No, he don't.
He had to leave the governorship for abuse of power.
Yeah. He had troubles down here in Texas.
He was indicted.
He's not a shining star of Texas. But
it's the finest people.
Yeah, it's the finest people that Donnie could get. That Donnie could get, because most of the good people went, "Are you shitting me? Get your ass away from me! I don't want to be involved in any of these drug deals you have going on, Donnie." That's what the smart people said.
What governor brought in the power? The wind power.
What governor brought in the wind power?
Mm-hmm.
Was this in the class? Was this discussed in the class, or did I miss it?
No, I was just curious. You were talking energy and Rick Perry, and I was going, who brought in the power?
The wind power here in Texas?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I really couldn't answer that. I don't know. It's been going on for years and years. So it could have started under Rick Perry.
K. Bailey Hutchinson.
Yeah, it could have started that far back. Yeah, because the ones out in West Texas have been there a whole long time. 30 years or more. The ones out here that are being built around here now, they're going up like, popping up like popcorn around here.
John?
Yes, ma'am?
Didn't Ross Perot have something to do with that? Didn't he have something to do with starting it at least?
Yes.
He very well might have.
Yeah, Ross Perot Industries. He was into a lot of stuff. He could have been. If he did, probably it was a good investment on something that he thought might take off. He was a good businessman, just not a good
I wish
politician.
he had never backed out when he was running for president, because if he hadn't backed out, we would have voted for him.
Yeah, yeah. He was big down here in Texas till he stuck his foot in his mouth, and you can't.
It was Rick Perry that signed that, by the way.
Was it? Was it Rick Perry? Yeah.
99.
Progress is going to be forced upon us, regardless. We cannot stop technology from advancing. So you can fight against windmills or solar energy. You're all oil and gas, all you want, but the technology advances around you. So eventually, as we were discussing today, what really pisses us off in our own household when we're sitting around talking. We was talking to my brother in Tennessee. Is the fact that this country, as big as it does not have high-speed rail, does not have an economical way for mass transit across this country, which I would just love because my wife will not fly. And I could get somewhere on a train a whole lot more comfortable than me driving for 20 hours. I could sit and look out the window too. But technology like that advances in other countries, internet services across other countries are far more advanced than us. There's social infrastructure that has been improved in other countries, and I don't understand why we don't have that same thing. Why don't we have universal high-speed internet everywhere you go? And in the rural areas, because nowadays it is an essential part of someone's life to be an informed citizen of this country, for educational purpose, for every purpose that you can think of. The progression towards learning everything on the internet, doing everything on the internet, it's going to progress whether you want to or not. Whether my brother wants to he hates his smartphone, but it does. Even if he just uses it as a phone, he can't stop the advancement of what that's going to be 20 years from now. It doesn't. It's all going to change again. So technology marches on regardless, which is something that Yang is pointed out. The big discussion about where jobs are going. Yang has that right. A lot of it is going by way of automation. We don't build cars on the assembly line like they did back in the Ford days.
And that's why you have so many recalls.
Yeah, machines. It's all robots that do that now. So labor has been cut down. Yes, ma'am.
You've got that river at the back of your house,
yes,
right?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, ma'am.
Now they have small turbines, water turbines that you can put out in the water. Won't hurt the fish, won't hurt the ecology, and run your electricity from the river.
If I put that out there in my river, it might turn one evolution in, I don't know, a day or two. It's a lazy river. There's no current out there. Only when the river goes up. Yeah, you have to have a current. Mine doesn't have that. I've tried to think about the ways of producing mechanical energy from the river, one way or the other, but that's only in little daydreams of what are you going to do, John, when shit hits the fan. It's a Mad Max society. You have to provide. What was it that MacGyver did with that damn toothpick? I know he did something with it. And that kind of shit.
I've seen on like this old house where you can put your own wind turbine.
Yeah. Oh, I think about all sorts of weird shit. Alternator works on the car. Why don't you stick it on a fan, put it up on a pole? Got to generate some kind of electricity. It's a matter of charging batteries. Well, it may not charge you real quick, but eventually it'll charge the freaking battery. All sorts of weird shit that you think about, or I do, and that stretches back 40 years when my wife and I used to live in Freer. We would sit around and think of, well, if you wanted to build a house, where would you want to live? And being around the Freer area in the brush country, and no matter how rugged and nasty it is, there's a love affair with that kind of terrain. It ain't pretty, but it's what you're used to. And so yeah, me and Mama came up with an idea of an underground house. Yeah, temperature stays good all year. Nobody can see you except those you want to know where you're at and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's been a common theme, you know.
Until it rains.
Yeah, until it rains. Well, you know, like they say, no good plan, survives contact. So I don't have a house underground. I got one on stilts. So one on one extreme to the other. So, but we were in our 20s, and you dream big about what you'd like. But and that's what they're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do in our 20s. We're supposed to dream about how things should be, how things will be in the future. Hell, I was dreaming about my George Jetson car. I knew by this time, the year 2000, I know it. We're gonna have it. Ain't didn't happen. So.
Well, speaking of future, here you go, just for you. Shares of companies connected into the marijuana industry soared Thursday following the House Committee's vote Wednesday to pass the bill that effectively legalizes marijuana on a federal level. That's coming straight from the Hill.
It came out of it came through the judiciary the other day. They're doing more than just impeachment. They passed a bill through the committee to legalize marijuana on the federal level, to remove it from the Schedule 1 list, and legalize it federally across the board. And so now
if those Republicans, if the Republicans would just do this one,
whoever picks up this mantle, and it doesn't have to be a bunch of stoners. Are you shitting me? I think we're past that point of that myth. That people that smoke marijuana.
Yeah, but you guys are fucking retired.
People.
Yeah, but I did it then too. Some of my best welding I ever did in my life. I was pretty well, in my groove, baby. I was into that puddle. Oh, look at that pretty puddle. I'll make that look. Oh, look at this next one. I'll make it look. Oh, I can make this one look just like that. It's just a constant. It's like mowing the grass, baby. It's a process you don't have to think about. It's
it just happens.
Yeah, it happens. You train yourself to do it, baby. Yeah, in the groove, baby. Just being concentrating. You are the bead. You are the bead. That kind of stuff. Zen. That's what it is. Zen.
Zen.
But no. Now the House is taking it up. I was glad to see that because it does have to be changed because of the conflict. It puts a lot of states in, as we discussed the other day. Marijuana business at this point is a cash business. That's not good for anybody. In an electronic world, it needs to be up and up. And when you force people to have to carry that much cash around, it just feeds into that narrative of crime. It's an open target, and there's people that want that money.
Our attorney, sorry.
Go ahead.
Our attorney general here in Florida just put a halt to prosecuting a lot of marijuana cases. I mean, you really would have to get caught with dealing a lot of, dealing something like that, a large amount, but just like, getting just caught with it, with small amounts or something like that. He's put a halt to prosecuting these cases, and it's a start, I don't know how long that'll go on, but
it's the same way here in Texas. I don't know how long it's going to take to get it done, but eventually it will, because all the states will eventually evolve, because the science is there, everything is there.
Well, I like doing that way too, because if they do vote on it and it does go through, because like all that money they're making, they can't put it in a bank.
No, they can't do anything. They can't put that money in the bank because that's against federal law. It's drug money. So they can't do that. You can't buy marijuana on your credit card or your debit card or anything else. You got to go get cash out the ATM and then go in there. That's the law.
I can't wait for PayPal.
Yeah, you can't wait for PayPal. And but it did come out. Martha Olivera asked a minute ago in the comments there, what did I think about the debates last night? And that question was brought up about marijuana, and Joe Biden took a little step backwards. He came out and he said he thought it should be legal, and what else did he say? He said something else, but it was in a cautious way.
I don't know what he said, but that ain't what he originally said.
No. He said he didn't think it should be illegal, that it was a gateway drug, and it's you're going to have a
more quote-unquote
needle in your
research
arm. Yeah, we need more research on that. We need to study it. And
which, let's be honest, that's the worst excuse you can ever give. It
that
needs
really
more
disappointed
research.
me when he said that, because it's just ignorance. If you don't know by now.
Step back.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about Uncle Joe, take a stand, stay firm with it. He backed off. Okay, you made the statement. Don't back off.
Yeah. It's a voice that
Maybe
will
his
not
son
yield.
had a talk with him.
Maybe so. Hey, Dad, are you stupid or what?
Well, you never know.
That's bad for polling, Dad.
Dad, Obama could have had a talk with him. Hey, we didn't give these guys. They were legalizing when we were there. So come on,
Yeah. I mean, now it's recreational legal in so many states, and medically in a whole lot more. Even in states where Oklahoma. That's like redneck like Texas. Are you shitting me? It's illegal up there. I don't know why Texas is dragging its feet, but it is. It's an issue that whoever takes it up, Republican or Democrat, I think it's a winning issue for each side, because we can all see the fallacy of keeping it as a Schedule I drug. It's ridiculous, and has been proven. You can put a camera out in front of any dispensary in, let's say, Colorado or California, anywhere you want to look, and there's not a line outside. There's not a mob out there. It's a store.
They're not ripped.
No. One or two people walk in at a time, whatever,
Mistake.
Yeah. It's not a
mistake.
Yeah. They're not running around like rabid dogs in the streets. They're not rape hasn't gone up in wild, it just doesn't happen. If anything, it calms down. It takes away the black market. And if you're not having to do it
alcohol
illegally.
Legal and marijuana isn't.
That's a great question.
I use that all the time. If you're going to argue the effect on the body, and that's the reason that you're keeping, it's an evil drug here, and it deranges people and all bullshit. You put that up against alcohol, it doesn't hold a candle. Alcohol kills more people than any other drug in this country. It devastates more families. Everything, the whole 9 yards, gets more wives beat. There's nobody drinks a 6-pack of beer and goes nobody smokes a joint and goes beat their wife. You drink a 6-pack of beer, maybe so you would, because you're drunk and you don't know what you're doing. Marijuana does not affect you that way. As a matter of fact, I've always said the best way you ever want to see a high go away real fast is when you're looking in that mirror in your car and you see blue lights come on. Holy shit, boom, you're not high anymore. It's gone. It just left. Hello, officer, how you doing? And I've never been busted. I have never been busted for pot because it's not a thing. If you treat it like a thing, then you're going to get caught. You're going to
And don't travel with it.
Yeah, you don't travel with it. It's a thing you do at home. And
do it legally, or what? I know there's no way, I guess, right now to do it legally.
I'm glad to see that the trend is towards purging people's records from convictions of it. I like that.
Yep.
Because for too long it was used as a tool to control the population. It's
a lot of them were used on for making that third strike, and they're serving life in prison.
Yeah. Or even more dastardly, for general labor. Prisons produce things, they build things, they sell things. You go look it up. There's catalogs. You can buy couches, tables, whatever it is. License plates. Whatever it is that your corporation needs. There's a prison somewhere building that shit. And
they need workers.
Yes, they need workers. And a lot of times that a sentence would be extended. A judge would put an extended sentence on somebody, on that.
Oh, look, a new black worker.
Yes. Let's put him in there. Give him a year. The guy might have a 1 month conviction on some petty crime or some shit, and then throw him in prison for a year. You get that labor out of him, and that is what happened in a lot of places around our country in certain times of our history. And so now, as we have evolved in that subject, that debunked theory of it's a drug that drives you crazy and all that shit. It was debunked and has been for years. And either we act like adults or we act like kids, or we act like thieves.
With my PTSD.
Well, that's what my brother argues all the time. The number of veterans that marijuana it helps every day. I don't want to tell you exactly my brother's words, but he says it helps him. And my brother, like a lot of people, Force Recon, Marine Corps, Vietnam, 68, 69. That was not a nice place. Went through a lot
and they
of
got
shit.
a lot of people through that.
Yes, yes. But he suffers with them demons every freaking day. Every freaking day. So, you know.
Simplify, my friend. Simplify.
You. I will pass that along to him. He'll hear you. Because he watches my show. He likes to be incognito. So I don't point him out. But he's out there. And he knows I love him. He knows I'm proud of him. And I know that he knows that I know what he went through. And, you know, I always point out the fact. When we talk about veterans issues, I am a veteran. I'm not a combat veteran. I'm an Airedale, baby. My brother was a combat veteran. You see somebody walking around with a combat badge on, they carry a little more honor than I do, in my eyes, as they should, as we all should look at them. I saw my shit from the air. He saw his behind a bush. Every fucking bush. So when you do that for so long, it wears on a person. So it wears on him. And as he has told me, without smoking, his emotions may not be so nice. So, yeah, there are a lot of
I tend to snap too quick. Yeah.
Well, I like that shirt I have that it says, I'm an irritated old Navy veteran. My level of sarcasm depends on your level of stupidity. So be careful.
I need one of those for Wayne.
Yes, I'm telling you. I'm an old Navy veteran. My level of sarcasm depends on your level of stupidity. And that holds for, that is the advantage I've always thought as a veteran, as somebody who's served and gone overseas, whether you were in a combat situation or anywhere else in a foreign land, you have learned that life is different than here in the United States. There are different cultures. There are different languages. You don't fit in.
There's a whole new world out there.
There's a whole different world, baby. And if you learn to live in it, that's a plus on your side, baby. That's something that you can carry with you the rest of your life. Every memory I have walks with me, and good or bad. And that's what is shared between anybody that has served. And that is the usual 1% of our population. As a matter of fact, there was a story on the news just the other day about that very thing. It's been 1%. That's who serves. I'm proud to be a part of that 1%, as is Lone Wolf and many, many others. But it is not the only way to serve your country. You can serve your country by doing your civic duty. To go on jury duty. Yeah, go vote. Go on jury duty when you're nobody wants to go on jury duty. They hate that shit. Go sit in a room. But they're getting better at it. But remember, it's your civic duty. There's somebody that's going to be on trial, and you will be asked to judge, to sit in judgment of that person. So we all want to be informed. We all want to. I donate blood. I think it. Get rid of a little bit, and your body's got to make more. That's my theory. But it helps somebody else, and I'm proud to do it. There's a lot of different ways you can do your civic duty. You don't have to go in the military, but I'm not against, a federal service, like the old Conservation Corps. What was that one that used to go overseas a lot? Peace Corps. Peace Corps. Back in my day, it was for a lot of us, we remember Peace Corps. I think that but that carries on down to the Mormons. Look them on. They go on, what do they call that?
Missionary?
Missionary. Yeah, they go on missionary. I love that shit. Do I agree with the religious part of it? No. The culture part of it? Yes. Let them be exposed to something other than what you have in your own backyard. That is the benefit that a lot of people have that went in the military or other things that brought them overseas and dealt with another nationality, another culture that you had to survive in. And
like learning the difference of the word pissed.
Yeah.
When we say pissed, we mean we're mad at somebody.
Yeah, we're pissed.
When Dave says pissed, he's talking about how drunk you are.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot
It took me a while to figure that shit out.
Oh, man. In Japan, I'm going to tell myself here, first few nights out in Japan, hitting some night spots all around town where it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're in this little Japanese place, and it's a little bar, and these things are, to me, were just so quaint. Everything was just so polite and everything. It was amazing how you were treated with so much respect. And anyway, I had to go to the restroom. So I went to the restroom. And I come out of the restroom. There's this young lady standing there and with a tray with some towels. Little rolled up, little small towels. They're hot. They're warm. Ooh. Well, okay, thank you. And kind of took it up to my face, and when I did, holy shit, the whole place groaned. Yeah, that's not for your face. No, that's for your hands. Just do your hands, and then put it over here in the pile with the used ones. Don't bring it up to your face. And I don't know. I was like half lit anyway. I was trying to wake myself up, go drink some more. I don't know. It's the little customs that you learn the hard way.
Well, that's about as good as Wayne going into one of those rooms to take a bathhouse.
Oh, bathhouse.
And everybody is sitting right around the edges, and he's the smart ass that jumps
Goes
right in the middle of it.
Yep.
Come out, beat red.
Well, I have many stories.
Everybody was laughing at him.
I have many stories from overseas that from Southeast Asia that y'all are never going to hear. Y'all are never going to hear a lot of those stories because I'm a different person now than I was then.
One thing I took when I was young and served is respect the person next to you, because that could be the person that could save your life.
That's the ultimate thing that everybody in the military learns. Is
that foxhole logic? Yeah.
Yeah. When you join, for the first thing, that's what boot camp does. Boot camp, I don't give a shit if you're rich, poor. I don't care where you came from. It doesn't matter. You're a piece of shit, and you get in line with the rest of these pieces of shits until you learn. But when you learn as a bunch of piece of shits that are working together. And that.
John.
Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to say, Keith, I would really hope that those words that you just said went to our representatives' ears, because they need to learn how to respect people, especially in that building where they work.
That's true.
Amen.
In our house.
It is our house that they're acting like an ass in. You know.
Thank you for saying that.
Well,
because it's important that as we continue with this fight against this idiot that's in our house, we do have to respect the other side, that's what they choose. Just like they have to respect that we choose to get his ass out.
Politics are not discussed in a foxhole. I guarantee that shit. You know, if a man's got your back, you don't care who the hell he voted for. That's not the mission. Right. And that's something that we all learn through life, I think. But those in the military, you learn it right from boot camp, that if you don't work as a team, you don't get shit done. And that every man in that team is vital. And he's become your brother, your sister. And that's, we try to, most of us, I would say, 99.9% of us, try to carry that right through our civilian life. That this whole country, our whole city, my whole town, we're a team. And I guarantee you, I'd like to think that if the flood comes tomorrow, which I've been through several on the street, that my politics would not come in if I was in need back here. Because we're a long way from the main highway, over a mile. So, you know, it could get bad real quick, but I have to rely on the fact that at times that it's regardless, doesn't matter about your religion, your politics, or anything else. That's the way I think we can. When they talk about healing this, that's what the shirt says. Yes, we can heal this nation. Obama. Yes, we can heal it. But that's what it's going to take. That recognition that we all work together towards a common goal, or we watch it fall apart. We stand up for each other. We keep each other's back. And we march forward. That's what we learn. Adapt, overcome, and go forward, baby. Anyway, I see Travis has had the names going by there. We want to thank every one of them for their Patreon. We got a new member tonight. I want to just call them out. Rain Hawk is a new Patreon member, just joined tonight. Rain, we appreciate it very much, buddy. your name will be right up on that list. We appreciate your donation. Those are the monthly people that pay the bills, baby. Keep it going. If you think we're worth it, we request that you go by there. It's $1 a month if you wanted to join Patreon. But to just go to our YouTube channel, there's no charge to like, share, and subscribe on that button down there. If our subscriber goes up, then we look pretty. We look pretty. And so it makes life better. That's what Travis tells me, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hit like, share, and subscribe down there. And it helps out. But we want to thank all of those people that join our Patreon, that support the show in other ways, and keep the lights on, keep the internet on, and allow us to do this. So we thank them very much. And we love all our Blue Dot family. You don't have to pay a dime to be in this family, baby. We're here whether you pay or not, and you don't have to. If you have it, we appreciate it. If not, join the club, baby. We're right there with you. Anyway, I want to thank our whole panel tonight. Bernadette, thank you as always. Dennis, we appreciate you moderating with Bernadette and Velda, keeping us on track and letting us know what's going on. And so Keith, hoorah, buddy, semper fi, lone wolf, same. Yes, yep. Take care of yourself. Don't get in any more bar fights. Don't get the other side of your head all cut up. And
heal up, bro. Heal.
And just take care of yourself and be careful on that bike, buddy. SC, we always appreciate you coming in. Take care of yourself down there in Florida. TW, I'm waiting on that new one, baby. I know it's going to sound good. Thank you so much. Well, we'll be looking forward to that. Anyway, to our Blue Dot family out on Facebook and YouTube, we appreciate you being here, being part of the family, and we love every one of you. Reach out, meet somebody, say hello to somebody, make a friend, make this family grow a little bit bigger. It helps us all. Anyway, y'all have a good night, and we'll see you later. Bye.